Hi everyone in English 2323, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 5 instructional video. Hope everybody is coming out of last week feeling a little more energized, ready to hit that reset button and move into week 5 with some energy. Thanks for your patience. I'm just having some struggles with migraines, though I know a lot of you are as well, or other things. So let's work to help each other and let's all hang in there. All right, let's go ahead and go to our module for this week, and you'll see that we do have some reading from a background chapter. So it's about the Victorian age, so we're moving from the Romantic period into the Victorian era, and our first text written during that time is by Tennyson, and it's the poem The Lady of Shalott. It may be familiar to some of you. It's on paper a longer poem, but it should not take an extreme amount of time to read, because we're getting, as we move through the different eras, we're getting to more and more contemporary language, so that it's not, we're not having to kind of decipher, even though it's in a language, we're doing most of our homework in, most of our reading in, potentially the usage of the language is changing over time. So we're at least out of Old English and Middle English, right? So we're getting a bit more contemporary. Okay, so you're watching the weekly instructional video, and I'd like you to take some time to watch the mind map instructional video. So we did a mind map for the syllabus, but that was just kind of a basic intro to the assignment, and so now we're getting into the more detailed kind of expectations and for the assignment. You do have a mind map that's due on Thursday, related to the readings, and then we do have that participation quiz that's due on Sunday. So if we scroll down, here's a link to that Q&A discussion board, which I really appreciate y'all have been using. You're watching what will be number 1 here, and then you have a link to that mind map video. To review, I have updated the complete schedule for the semester, with the caveat that it will, I can almost guarantee that there will be something that changes just depending on how we're going in the semester, or if things arise, whatever the case may be. But if there's ever any update, then of course you'll be made aware, and a new schedule will be posted. In addition, there are the mind map guidelines. That's a handout, but I also go over that in the video. And then we have the assignments in the to-do area. So the mind map this week is based on the Victorian age, and so that will kind of be that central bubble. Remember, you can use Canva or mind map to create a map, but you also have some template options. So if you choose to use those, I'm just gonna click on, let's see how long it takes to open, because I do want to make a note about making sure that all the text that you utilize is visual. So what I mean by that is, if you use a mind map like this, make sure that you're expanding or contracting so that all the text is visible to me, right? I can't grade what I can't see. This is a bit more of a detailed mind map. So I'm actually going to go back to mind map 2. Okay, so you can play around with the sizes of the bubbles here. So the middle one doesn't necessarily need to be huge because it's just the name of the chapter, but you can play with the sizes here. So you'll want a quote that you use to support your ideas, and then you can change the size. You can play around with this and just make sure that I'm able to see all of the text, because there were a few syllabus mind maps where the text kind of went out of the reading area. So you can play with the sizes. Now, this is a really basic one, and it only needs 2 of these, right? So you can play around, you can delete, you can change size, you can do whatever you want. But of course you can also use Canva or MindMap or whatever program you'd like. Just don't put too much time into making it beautiful. And what I mean by that is, if you're like me, I can go down a rabbit hole. I can procrastinate better than most people when it comes to, playing around with colors and what's the perfect font and what, I want it to look really nice because, that's just an aesthetic that I'm going for. I want everything to look organized, but you don't want to spend too much time and effort on that. We are really focused on the ideas. We're focused on showing what we have read and understood and engaged with in terms of the ideas from the chapter. So just a little note there. Spend more time on the ideas, less time on the aesthetics, right? Okay, and then additionally, you do have that week 5 quiz, which is based on everything this week. So the reading on the Victorian age, Tennyson's biography and poem, the mind map video, everything. So that's definitely something you want to do last after you've accomplished all those other tasks, because it may be something that's asked on the quiz, right? I do want to make a note that I'll be working to finalize grades. Grades have been entered, some of them. I just haven't uploaded them. So I want to make a note that if you see a dash here, that does not mean anything except that the item has not been graded yet. So that does not indicate a 0. Don't worry about that. And some of you have reached out to me because you're very concerned about, well, I don't see a grade for it. Did I submit it? And so if it's an assignment, you can go into the assignment area. So I'm up in course activities and I'm clicking on assignments, right? You should be able to go in and see something that's been submitted. So you can tell that you submitted the assignment. Additionally, D2L will send a confirmation email to you that the assignment was uploaded. Of course, that doesn't guarantee that it was the right file, that kind of thing. So make sure that you are organizing your files and doing so in a way that's helpful to you in the future. But again, that dash is not indicative of anything aside from the fact that the item has not, the grades have not been finalized and posted yet. So let me know if you have any questions. Definitely post in that Q&A discussion board, help one another out there. Of course, I'll be jumping in to help out as well. But you can also schedule a time if you'd like to meet with me directly, which I definitely welcome. I hope you'll know that I'm more than happy to meet with you. It's not anything you should feel nervous about, or, you know, if you haven't spoken with professors before, it's just casual, right? So if you click on WebEx and go to appointment booking, here are the different available times. You just click on that. Stand by for barking dogs. Okay, she may be done. And then just give me the purpose of your appointment just so I can kind of prepare, right? It's helpful for me to go in, and if you have a particular assignment question, that kind of thing, I can look through it. And then you click reserve appointment and you'll come back here and you'll see that you can join the meeting once that's open. So get used to this appointment booking area if you plan on meeting in the future. And also send me an email. Just let me know that you've set an appointment, just because it's supposed to send me a confirmation email. That has not been the case this semester, and I'm unsure as to why, because I have all the settings. I know I've done it properly, but it's still not working. So send me an email, let me know. I'm happy to meet with you. But again, we also have that Q&A discussion board, or you can reach out to me via email, whatever works best for you. And just good luck this week. We're kind of easy. It's not a stressful week overall, which means you can kind of get ahead if you would like to, get ahead with the reading and whatnot. And I want you to make sure you're taking some time and looking through like the student success module, because there are various resources, not only for the course, but for you just generally as a student at Lone Star College. So just make sure that you are aware of all of those opportunities, that you're aware of things that are available to you, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. All right, y'all, good luck this week, and just let me know what you need. Take care.